quickly, did you know that Judaism and Christianity was in Saudi Arabia, Mecca, before Islam was? Did you know that? Did you know that the Arabic language really comes from a Syriac language? Right? So they really have no formal language of its own. Did you know that Prophet Muhammad, the mystery prophet, got most of the Islam practices from the Jews? Did you know that Prophet Muhammad was backed monetarily, money-wise, and politically backed up by the Jews? And after they saw that he wanted to take over, they said no, and they stopped his cash flow, and that's when he began his war of terror upon them. And that was like in, 622 AD? Okay, so that just came upon the scene. And Islam, we didn't have a name for religion because religion is used to divide people. Religion is used to enslave people, and we didn't have that. I mean, now for you Bible thumpers who think that I'm lying, I mean, I don't agree with the Bible because I know it's some garbage. The Bible is garbage, the Quran is garbage, and the Torah or the Talmud is garbage. All of it. Throw it in the garbage can. When you had tribes that migrated from Akubulan, which is the real name for Africa, when they migrated from Akubulan, you had some members that went into Europe. You had black Spaniards. You had black Portuguese and stuff like that. You had other migrators that went east into Asia, into India, into Persia, into Babylon, whose ancient name is also called Sumer, Sumer. And then you have those who migrated right there where many historians and scholars agree that they call the Garden of Eden, okay, which is located in Al-Kubulan. And we migrated there, and from there we had wars between tribes among ourselves, and these white people were not even in existence. They've only been here 6,000 years. Only 6,000 years. Black people have been here for millions of years. So far from their records, even white records, from the beginning of time. Okay? But we've been here since we've been here from the beginning of time, and we believe in God so much, but we don't have nothing. God is supposed to be a provider. God is supposed to be a healer. God is supposed to be a merciful God. God is supposed to be helpful. And God has been nothing of the above at all, because God did not create man. Man created God. Man created God. Man created God in his own image. Remember when somebody gave you religion, in the words of a brother I know, Sarah Sunseti, in his words, he said that you were not born with a book strapped to your ass. Meaning that you weren't born with a Bible strapped to your ass. You wasn't born with a Quran strapped to your ass. And you wasn't born with a Torah strapped to your ass. All of this information came to you through a man or a woman, and this is something that you were either forced in or manipulated in, and none of it has done any good for you. If you think that I'm lying, if you really think that God is existing, the God that you were forced to believe in, if you think that he is really coming back to save you, let me tell you something. You're in for a big doom. Because that God don't even exist. Don't even exist. Don't exist. In fact, when Egypt was called Kemet and Africa was called Akubulan, and when Saudi Arabia wasn't Saudi Arabia, okay, you had these, once again, getting back to the geographical mass that I was speaking of. You had some people that migrated to Europe. You had some migrated to Babylon, Persia, India, and you have some that migrated in the landmass of Akubulan. Now, for those people that's in Akubulan, aka Africa, nowadays Africa, you will find that historically in the Bible that all of the black people which were from the Hamitic tribe were cursed. And all of the towns and the cities that were referred to in the Bible as being Africa or people of descendants of Africa, Al-Kubulan, persecution, raid, terror is being sanctioned upon them by God. And the Jews, he's given permission to do that too. He's given the Jews the permission to assassinate you, to kill you. You, your mama, your daddy, even the kids. He said, don't leave anyone alive. Okay, the land of Canaan. If you remember the story of the Bibles, I mean, because some people, that's all that they believe. But with that story, when people migrated, which I was telling you about, Japheth, Ham, and Shem, these are the three people of Noah, right? Well, Japheth migrated north in Europe, and his tribe dwelt there and went through those lands, that part of the landmass. Ham, the Hamitic tribe, stayed in Hakubulan and went all through the north, south, east, and west of that continent. And the Shemitic tribe went eastward, out of Hakubulan, into Babylon, Persia, and India, and even China. Okay, because there were black Chinese, there were black Japanese. I mean, man, this is really deep. And all of these people were black. Remember, Arabs were black. Arabs were black. They have some people that is called black Jews that were black. And we began wars among our own selves. We had wars among our own selves before the white man even came into existence. Okay, and when he did come into existence, this is how you get these new-looking people, like the new-looking Persians, the new-looking Arabs. These are new people. They like GMO, genetically modified organisms. Exactly, they're genetically modified organisms, and these are the people that rule now. But before they ruled, we had catastrophe and assault and raid upon one another before they even got here. But when they did get here, and they wrote that book that you all call Bible that they gave you in slavery, when they did get here, they wrote every scripture in that book for the destruction of Al-Kubulan and everybody that looked Al-Kubulanian. Now, if you think that I'm lying, why is it that all of the nations of the world is seizing Al-Kubulan? Why is the world seizing Africa? Because Africa has all of the natural resources that one need to sustain themselves as a nation, whereas they can prosper fully. This was the Garden of Eden. We had the best of everything. Animals, land, gold, natural resources, oil, onyx stones, rubber. Where do you think you get your rubber tires from? Huh? If you didn't have Africa, you wouldn't have rubber on your cars.